G'day gang, Dan here, how you going? We're here in the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm here, I'm gonna check out the new player experience in ESO in 2020. I'd like to see what it's like. It's been a while since I've started a new character. In fact, I think this guy's my most recent character, despite the level on this guy. He was born in Somerset, and on this channel we went and played through all of Somerset. He went through Elsewhere. He went through the entirety of Dark Heart of Skyrim. All of that you can find right here on the channel. If you're unfamiliar with the channel, you can see that series right here. This guy's gone through the base game, and he's still going through there. He's like 200 parts into the series. And this fella went through Morrowind, and in fact, he recently went through Clockwork City. But I wanted to see what it'd be like to go from the beginning. So we're going to check that out, see what it's like. Alright, so start by creating character. And let's have a little look here. Let's have a little look. Alright, so we got several alliances here. And there's several races associated with those alliances. So we've got, on the Daggerfall Covenant, we got the Bretons, the Orcs, the Red Guard. Red Guard, I'm actually playing a Red Guard in the base game. And a Breton as well, for the guy who went through Clockwork City. The Aldmeri Dominion, got a High Elf, the Wood Elf, Khajiit, the Ebonheart Pact, we got the Argonian, the Dark Elf, and the Nord. Now, I play my main guy right now as a Nord, but so let's try something different. Let's go an Orc. The racial skills of the Orcs reflect their native harsh mountain environment, giving them bonuses to heavy armor use, sprinting, weapon damage, inspiration gain, weapon proficiency, as well as base and health and stamina. Alright, so let's go and check that out. You can actually see their champion gear here. A preview of some champion gear. The class now. Let's see. So Dragon Knight is the guy I play. My Nord character is a Dragon Knight. I've not played a sorcery before. Nightblade. I have got a Nightblade. Nightblades are adventurers and opportunists with a gift for getting in and out of trouble, relying variously on stealth, blades, and speed. Nightblades thrive on conflict and misfortune, trusting to their luck and cunning to survive. Templar. I actually think... So I've played a Dragon Knight. I've got my Templar, who's the guy I'm playing, my Red Guard on the base game, and a Warden I started in Morrowind. I might try the Necromancer, I've never tried that before. Masters of Death, Necromancers can call upon corpses to serve as undead thralls, and weave ghastly spells to both harm and heal. Alright, let's try that up. So now I can alter the look. Can make him muscular, thin, large, or something in between. I might go somewhere along that line. We can increase the height, as small or short or tall as we want. I'll go in between. You can lock that, so that way you can't edit it anymore. But you can unlock it again by clicking on the padlock. You can choose his skin color. Body markings. So there's a lot of customization options here. Change torso, chest size, gut, waist, arm, posterior leg size, foot size. Do you want to have a big foot? You can do it. Big feet, big shoes. You know what I mean? Alright. Now let's go to the face. You can be heroic, soft, angular. Choose your voice. Yeah, that sounds very orcish. Alright. You can choose your hairstyles. Let's see what we got. Give me something. Wait. Oh. Yes, there it is. That's the one. You can age him up if you want. We'll give him a bit of age. Check out his adornment. Give him something. Something. Give me something. Give me something. Come on. Oh, that's his age. Hang on. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Alright. Has some head markings. Going down the line, look, there's a lot of options here for customization, so I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but be sure that there are options there for you to change your character. Alright, so we're gonna go with Orky Morky. That's his name. Orky Morky. Skip the tutorial. No, that's exactly why I'm here. Let's play it.
Is someone out there? I could use your assistance. I'm quite trapped in here.
Bound in blood. Look around. So, Elder Scrolls Online, you can go to first person. For folks that were wondering, it is... I mean, it's playable in first person, but I don't know if there might be some tweaks out there that you might be wanting to look into if you want to go the first person route. I know that there can be some spells that the enemies put down and might be a little bit tough to see, you know, because it might be like circles over here or whatnot. It's certainly, I find it a lot easier in third person. Alright. Talk to Fenorian.
My thanks. Hear me out if you want to escape this place.
Okay.
You were on the cart. I saw you before those witches caught us and tossed me in this stone box. Glad you're finally awake. Apologies for my ghastly appearance. I'm not feeling my best.
Where are we?
Our precise location, I can only speculate. Somewhere in western Skyrim, I suppose. I was involved in my own investigation when the Ice Reach Coven Witch attacked. We can escape, but I desperately need your help first.
Help with what?
The witches must have stashed my belongings nearby. Among them is a small flask. I can open the cell door. Once I do, I need you to retrieve that flask for me. I'll be too weak. And until I have it, you're in significant danger.
What do you mean?
I swear, I intend you no harm. If I don't get that flask back, however, my intentions won't matter. Retrieve it, then we'll break out of here together.
Open the door and I'll get your flask. So it's cool to see the quest.
Don't be afraid. This may be jarring, but it's a necessary part of the plan.
Voice acted. The responses aren't, of course. That's just me doing a silly voice. This is how I play most of my playthroughs. I will read the responses and I'll wait for quest text. I enjoy that side of it. You don't have to. You can
hurry and retrieve my flask.
You can certainly skip through it if you want, if that's the type of player you are. That's definitely there. You can just quickly press the response button. Fenorian's flask. A crystal flask filled with viscous crimson fluid. Let's take that. Deliver it to Fenorian.
Did you find it?
I got it.
Give it to me.
There you go. He must feed. He got the red eyes.
That's better. Thank you. I could feel my control slipping away.
In fact, I think his eyes were like really bright red before, and now it's kind of...
Yes, that was blood. But I swear there's no cause for alarm. Not every vampire is a monster. I'm part of a group that only drinks from willing donors. We regulate the actions of less scrupulous vampires.
What is this group you belong to?
I belong to House Ravenwatch, one of the noble houses of Rivenspire. We adhere to the teachings of our founder, Count Verandis Ravenwatch. We take no blood by force. We help those in need, and we curtail the actions of more hostile vampires.
Western Skyrim is a long way from Rivenspire.
We go where we're needed. I was investigating a burial site in Bankarai when I discovered smugglers stealing ancient remains. I followed the trail, ran into the witch, and... well, you know the rest. Now, we need to get out of here.
And you have a plan for that?
Sort of. I regained enough of my senses when they carried me in here to remember the way out. It's pretty straightforward. I'll guide the way if you defend us from anyone who blocks our path. If we work together, I'm certain we can escape.
Lead the way.
Follow closely. You never know what's wandering around in these old barrows.
Let's go, Fenorian. So interesting is that we had Greymoor was the big expansion this year, and with that came this new player experience.
I wonder why the witches are storing all these things. See if you can find a weapon. I'll grab something more suited to my skills.
Looking for a weapon. The ancient Nord greatsword. An old greatsword does damage 1220, level 1. Press I. Press E to equip or use an item. Right click when selecting an item to view more actions. Mark unwanted items as junk. You can quickly sell all junk items at the store. Okay. So there's all my options. I can double click it to equip it. And there we go, we can see it on my person. Killing an enemy with a weapon equipped will unlock new skill lines. I can double tap forward and back to roll.
Now come on, this way.
Mate, a rolling orc with a weapon drawn is a dangerous thing. So yeah, with this expansion...
What are you two doing out? Ergala still has need of you.
Difficult
That's
monsters...
the brute who threw us in our cell. We have to get past him.
Alright. I got him. I got this guy.
I'll put you two milk drinkers
So you
back
just-
in your cage.
The only
Just
way out is
tapping.
through. I'll support you from back here. Strike him with a light attack.
Light attacks, just simply tapping your left mouse button.
You're fast, but you can't withstand this.
But if I hold onto my mouse button, I do...
Strike him
Oh.
while he's off balance.
Here you go. I charge a heavy attack. Drop that clown.
That attack. Hit him.
And block it by pressing both the left and right mouse button at the same time.
Defend yourself. Hit him again.
He gets that swirly thing over his head, and you just give him the old heavy attack to drop him down on the ground again.
Break free from that stun. Break free, my friend. You can get out of that. Another heavy attack. Interrupt him. Press your advantage with a heavy attack.
Sorry, just pressing the right mouse button is how you do the block. I got that wrong.
Stop his attack.
And to interrupt, you do right, and then you press. You tap your left button.
The smell of blood is overwhelming. We should
Alright.
move on.
Hang on, Fenorian. So it's right mouse button to put that up. It's like your shield, and then you tap your left button. It sort of butts in front, and that'll interrupt when they're in the middle of a cast. You saw all that red stuff flying around, so around him. So you press it at that point. All right. Spend skill points to gain new abilities. Spend attribute points to increase your magicka, health, and stamina. Oh, mate, he's a happy fella. Alright, so we're a necromancer. I imagine we'd like to put more into magicka. So I'll do that. And then press enter. Or press E. Skill lines allow you to customize your combat style to fight the way you want. You can select abilities to learn more about what they do. Press the D-pad. No, press the pluses to purchase an ability. So D-pad, what D-pad? Active abilities can be slotted into your ability bar and fired by pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Passive abilities are always active, granting you their benefits at times. Ultimate abilities are the most powerful abilities and can be fired by pressing R. Alright, so that's my ultimate, which I won't have access to for a while, I imagine. Probably not in this video. But yes, eventually you can pop one there, which is up here. So by unlocking all this, I think you slowly open up the ultimates. Alright, so we got Gravelord, we got a Flame Skull. Lob an explosive skull at an enemy, dealing 3000 flame damage. Every third cast of this ability deals 20% increase. Hey, that sounds cool. Alright, so the ability you purchase has been added to the first slot of your ability bar. Press 1 to use the ability. And so I can move this wherever I want. And as you gain more, you can then just drop them down over there onto the bar. And there's all this. So you got the Gravelord, the Bone Tyrant, Living Death. As you get new weapons, it'll unlock these skill lines. So right now I've only got the two-handed weapon. But we'll try this Flame Skull out in a second. And by the way, if you are like a bit more of a veteran of this game,
grab anything you think might be useful.
and there's anything you can think of that would have been handy at the beginning, starting out, please feel free to share that in the comments. I'm sure that'd be useful to folks that are brand new to the game. there is only so much I'll be able to cover myself, so that's why it's nice to have a good community here. Look at that thing with it. What's on his head? Alright, the compass shows you the current quest objective with the thingamajig, or the thingamajig. If you get lost, press M to open your map. There's my map. Reach the exit, which is right in front of us. But what's over here? So we've got some more weapons. Okay, so there's the stuff. We've got the shields. Jerkin. Oh, hey, should I grab that stuff? Let's see. I'd imagine I want to wear lighter armor, but there's nothing stopping me from wearing heavy armor. You can put on whatever you want. You can. Some people have a nice sort of mix, making use of multiple, like bonuses and so on. So I'm trying to get some light gear on. This is medium. Heavy armor. Okay. Is there a helmet somewhere? Got any helmets around here? No? Oh, well, that's alright. That'll do. Let's see how we go. There's a lot of things you can loot, though. Increased stamina. So this is a recipe for cooking. Now, if I have a look at that line... Not the champion system, that's a bit early for folks. What do we got here? So we got crafting shown up now. I've got weapon. Maybe I've actually got to use this to get something before that opens up that line. Let's fight something. Yes, but there's a lot of things you can loot. And a lot of these items you can use for crafting as well.
Giant frostbite spider. Kill it, my friend!
I'm gonna do it! Launching that flaming skull. Double tap WASD to dodge. You can roll backwards, forwards, to the left, to the right. So, I'll show you what it looks like in first-person combat. Because you might be like a veteran of like Skyrim or, you know, one of the previous Elder Scrolls games and be like, but see that? See how I put a circle down? That might be a bit of an issue to avoid. It may be, it may not be.
Door ahead. You go first.
You may be able to tweak your field of view or something so it's... You can pull that camera back a little bit, get more in. Destruction stuff increased, so now, yep, here we go. So it's showing up down here. So I'll need a skill point to unlock this, and I'll be able to get some like full shock. So yeah, that'll be good to see. The Deepwood Redoubt. Big old cavern over here.
Over here. We're almost to the exit.
Control to sneak.
Look up on the bridge.
I'm looking.
As you'll see, the storm's effects will be quite devastating.
As long as everything is ready for the first harvest of Gamma, I will be pleased.
Rada al-Saran. We dealt with that guy
Curious. Let's talk for a moment.
quite a bit throughout the Dark Heart of Skyrim.
That was Urgala, leader of this branch of the Ice Reach Coven. She's the witch who locked us in the barrow. The others take their orders from her.
Who was she talking to?
I'm not sure, but I believe he's one of my kind. They mentioned a devastating storm. We need to find out exactly what they have planned. My apologies, but we're going to have to postpone our escape.
You want to follow these two?
We'll make an investigator out of you yet. I need to figure out how those stolen remains, the Ice Reach Coven, and that vampire are connected. Let's catch up to Agala and her guest, and see what we can find out.
Let's go, Fenorian. Yeah, so what I was saying before is with each expansion, so we had Greymore come out, so this is the starting experience. There'll be a new expansion next year at some point. There'll be I'm pretty sure there'll be a brand new starting experience as well.
The Harrows are developing nicely.
We should be able to catch up with Matron Agala through here.
But so far it's playing out similar in style to the very first time I started a new character. He'll teach you the basics, but you know, it's a different storyline here. Now I do believe you can access, I know, the base game starting experience. I don't know about the other ones like Elsewhere and so on. I'm sure there must be a way. I've not really looked into it myself.
Witches and their servants are everywhere. We could sneak through if you wish to avoid more battles.
So if you are interested, I'd suggest giving that a Google. Maybe somebody answered that right below in the comments. Yes, give me that 5 gold. I'm not sneaking. So see how he had all those yellow lines coming out of him? That's when you want to block. And when they're red, that's when you want to interrupt. Let's see if I can get him to do it again. Not that one. That you want to get out of. Yeah, here we go. So I blocked that one, and then you can go with a heavy attack. Bam! Right in the kisser.
The barrow, it stinks of dead Nords.
Who said that? Who said that? Is there another enemy over here that I can attack? Looks like we cleared everything out here. Oh no, no we didn't. So I can block that, and then she's got that thing over her head, and then hit her with the honk. Hit her with a strong attack. I said hong attack. That's what I was about to say. I don't know what that is. The old hong attack, you know, the toughest of attacks. That big old cavern, eh? Oh, here we go. We're going to cross that bridge.
They should be just up ahead. Hurry!
Yeah, if you've been playing for a while, let me know how long you've been playing. Have you been playing right from the start? I started in the beta way back when, but I wasn't too impressed during that beta. It took a long time to come back, and then when I came back is when I actually started here on YouTube. It was one of the
The
first...
sky! What have they done? We must reach that clearing!
One of the first episodes I ever recorded for the for YouTube. Well, when I started getting serious, I suppose. I had recorded a few things prior to that. But yeah, it really kicked off with Elder Scrolls Online. What is going on in the sky? Press... Oh, it's just saying roll. Okay, yeah, so things I'm already doing. So the middle, the mouse wheel. So I can go pull the camera back, or go to first person. You can press V, and it'll flip between first person, third person. Alright, let's go down. So I may do a few other episodes in different games that we played in the past. Games which I haven't explored in a long time. I mean, if you've got a suggestion, please pop it down in the comments. I would love to know what you'd like to see. I've already got a few in mind that I haven't played for a long time that I would like to see again. See that starter experience. And for you, I guess for new players, it's a good way of just getting an idea of what it looks like. I know there's quite a few videos. Like, so a lot of my videos, I'm quite far progressed, I guess. Further progressed. I don't really get the idea unless you go back to the very first episode. Dig around the archives, what it was like back then. And things may have changed since my very first episode. Launching them. Launch those skulls. Oh, that's another player. I didn't think I'd see other players in this area. Alright, alright. I gotta reach the ritual site. So yes, we are in a part of Skyrim at the moment. And this particular expansion takes place in Western Skyrim. It was a year-long adventure. Like I said, I've completed the entire thing. It's all right here on the YouTube channel.
A door ahead. Looks like the way up to the clearing.
If you'd like to see it in its entirety. Or just, if it's your first time seeing Elder Scrolls Online, you're thinking about play it for yourself.
This place is thick with Coven members. Be on your guard.
Tell me what you think of it. There are other players here. Ah. Not too shabby, I gotta say. The Necromancer, I mean, it's, I've got one skill. But I like throwing these flaming skulls out there. Shift is to run as well. Like it is in a lot of games. Go on, buddy, you can do it. Hit him. Hit him. Nah, he wants to run. He's a runner. Reach the top of the ruin. Flaming skull. Oh, I like that. You have been targeted by a status effect. The appearance of your health, stamina, magicka bar changes when there is a status effect upon you.
Those urns. They bear the same symbol as the ones I saw in Banquerai.
Also, for those interested, if you talk to your there's like, for example, this guy, the companion.
You'd think with all the truly bizarre events of my life, not much would unnerve me. Yet an enormous arcane storm roiling in the sky still manages to do the trick. If we hurry, we can find the source.
Now, the reason I did that, every once in a while, like, if you go into a new area or something, they may actually have something completely different to say. So if you're into this, like, you really want to get more storyline, as much story and everything as possible, it's well worth clicking on them when you...
to warm my bones.
Even, like, when you just go into a new area, sometimes they can have different things to say. And actually, surprisingly, it happens quite often. Like, and you're not prompted to talk to them. You just have to go and talk to them. You're like, ah, he had that to say.
The Harrow Storm ritual is a thing of beauty, Ilgala. I'll be in touch after the harvest.
Matron Ugala. Like, if I talk to him now...
Kill Urgala! We can't stop that storm unless we deal with Matron Urgala. She won't stand aside, so you need to kill her!
Didn't have to talk to him, but he had something completely different to say in response to the situation, which is cool. Alright, let's do this, Ugala. I am for you!
You escaped, no matter, for soon all of Skyrim will fall!
Flaming skull.
Your
Oh.
efforts mean nothing. The harvest will succeed.
Let's see if I can get her to do another ability. So she's charging up. And there goes that red circle. But I could also interrupt that if I was close enough, like now. So now I'm gonna hit her with a heavy attack. dropper.
Somehow that pike is involved. Destroy it, quickly!
Wait, I must loot. I know you said quickly, and here's a Solitude locket I can equip to increase my maximum health. Just double click it. You can also drag it across if you want from your inventory over here. So you've got this all sorted out in weapons, armor, all that business. Alright, let's destroy this pike.
You did
What
it. The storm's dissipated.
Yep.
I wish we could have learned more before we killed Matron Urgala. I still don't understand what the Coven has planned. And it's the not knowing that worries me.
We learned the Ice Reach Coven created a storm ritual for that vampire. That's something, right?
That's true. And we stopped that storm. My investigations have led to even darker corners, but progress has been made. Here, consider this a stipend from Ravenwatch. For your valuable assistance, of course. Now let's get out of here.
Let's get out of
The
here.
Ice Reach Coven's presence in Western Skyrim concerns me. But we need to keep moving. The path down is through those doors. Outside, I'll point you towards Solitude. Go to the city and warn them. Whatever the Coven has planned, it didn't end here.
Aren't you coming with me?
Not right now. Other members of the Ravenwatch came here ahead of me. They'll be interested in the vampire we saw, and I need to get word to them. Besides, I want to follow the trail while it's fresh. So it only makes sense that you warn Solitude.
Tell me about Solitude.
We're in the hold of Hofengar in western Skyrim. Solitude is its capital city, and the seat of High King Svargrim. If we can find any help against the Coven, it will be there. Head to Solitude and let the authorities know what happened here.
Alright, I'll go to Solitude and warn them about the Ice Reach Coven.
The Nords don't tolerate Reachmen in their territory. Once you warn the gods, I'm sure High King Svargrim will dispatch his troops. The Coven's threat is as good as done. But just in case, I'll tell my fellow Ravenwatch what happened here.
Those urns from Bankarai you mentioned earlier. What's so special about them?
As I said, my investigation began in an ancient burial site in Bankarai. Drogakin were using similar urns, filling them with remains. Most disturbing, the ash and bones belong to a dark army that once roamed the land. The Grey Host.
Why were the urns here?
I have no idea. When I stumbled into this nest of Coven witches, I never expected to find a connection to the Drogakin and the burial urns. And the vampire we saw. There's something more at play than we know. We need to find out what.
Right, oh. Level 3. Okay, so we can claim those. I'm going to get a skill point and an attribute point. So I'll pop it all into Magicka. But this time, alright, my buddy's still going. But this time I can actually pop a ability over here. So I can get Frost Shock, but I don't have to. I mean, I could totally go and pop one in a two-hander and throw down a sword if I wanted to. So you're not really locked into a certain weapon there. I mean, I believe even I can go bows, I could go anything, just about. It's quite flexible in that way. We've also got Death Scythe, but I think, so we got couple different options here. You can see that's actually filling up. Once it gets up to that, I don't know if I go to Flame Skull 3 or get to morph into a different ability. But yeah, you continue to level these up as you use them. I'm going to go to my destruction stuff. I want to get Full Shock. Focus all the elemental energies from your staff and blast an enemy for 937 flame damage. There we go. Full Shocko. Alright. Which way are we going? Leave Deepwood Vale below. Aha. Through the doors to the gathering storm.
This way, my friend.
Go to Solitude. Ah, the light.
The road ahead will take you straight to Solitude. Go. Warn Solitude of the danger. I need to make contact with the Raven Watch.
Right. And again, I could go and talk to him and he'll have something different to
Once
say.
again, thank you for assisting me. Without you, I'd still be locked.
But I'll move on. For those of you that are just wanting to see more gameplay, I'm going to move on and so we get a little bit more fighting going on. Where exactly are we? Ah, okay. So Solitude was in the distance. We did see it before. It's all the way over here. And this is our map. So this is our map in this expansion. And then if I pull back, this is the world map, I guess. Or Tamriel. The map of Tamriel. This is, I guess, more of a universe map. I don't know. You got Artem, you got a few different areas. Cold Harbor. But these are all the ones that are open to us at the moment. And it's quite a bit. Let me just say. There's Southern Elsewhere, which was from Dragonhold. We had Northern Elsewhere, that was the Elsewhere expansion. You got the Murkmire DLC, which is this. You had... Oh, actually, hang on. Yeah, it was all of this, wasn't it? Somerset's over here. But there's quite a bit. Quite a bit to explore. That's Morrowind. And Greymore, where we were up here. But you can also go. So you haven't got all of Skyrim to explore yet. But there is Eastmarch and the Rift over here. So we're missing this section. But the DLC added in the Reach as well. So that was the second part of the Dark Heart of Skyrim. But yeah, there's all of this still. And in fact, there's like all of that, and there's all of this. So there's still quite a bit more to pop into the game. But what I showed you just there is going to take you a while to explore anyway. Fast travel network. Wayshrines are fast and inexpensive way to travel. So if you want to save your money, always travel to Wayshrine. You can travel from anywhere. So I can travel from here if I want. And then go here. But it's going to cost me 38 gold. Which isn't that much. But it does increase every time you use that form of travel. But if you just go to a Wayshrine and click on it, it'll cost you nothing. So it's a better way, a cheaper way of traveling. So let's go to the Solitude Docks Wayshrine. Brondold.
There's no time. Take this. Keep it safe.
Wait, what are you giving me?
Information. The Ice Reach Coven at work in the west. Just need more proof. Go! They're coming! Don't...
Alright, so...
You there. What did that fugitive tell you?
This right here is pretty much where we began our Greymore expansion storyline. So yeah, if you want to check that out, it's definitely available there for you on the YouTube channel. I'm going to keep moving. I want to go and do a bit of exploration and fighting. So I might just move up into the hills. Got a frost troll rock thrower. Take that! Oh, he really lives up to the name. He's throwing them rocks. Just run up to him, press E, search their body and loot. You might get various items there. Crafting items. You might find a sword, some armor or something like that. A bit of gold. Another one over here. Oh, he got me. He got me with the rock. Big fan of the flaming skull. Purely for the visual. If nothing else. So Gravelord is now increased to 4. So let's have a look at this. Our Force Shock is now level 2. Gravelord. So this Flame Skull is now at level 3. Okay. So I don't know if it's 3, 4. It might be 4. You'll be able to morph it and you can go into 2 different directions. With a bonus attack or a bonus attribute, I guess. Anyway, Blast Bones. Summon a flaming skeleton from the ground after 2.5 seconds. The skeleton runs after the target and explodes when it gets close to them, dealing 4,689 flame damage to all enemies. I'm going to try that out. Need some Blast Bones. It's already placed down there for me. Should I take it out on the goat? Nah. Although fighting that goat, I might be able to get some goat parts to cook up some goat stew or something, I don't know. Alright, let's try it out on this guy. That's it, Skelly. Go get him! Just runs in there and explodes. So you see that blue bar there on the left? That's my magicka. So it'd eventually run out if I use it all up. But if I charge up a strong attack, it actually helps to replenish it. I'll do that in a second. If I don't get hit by rocks, it replenishes over time too. Depending on how many points you put into magicka. See, there you go. With a strong attack, just go bang! Let's try that again. Yeah. So it replenishes quite a bit when you do a strong attack there. So you can have a mixture down there. I suppose it might not be a bad idea to have something like, you know, a sword, some sword abilities or stamina based abilities. So you can mix it up a little bit. So if you drain all your magicka, you can go in there and use a couple stamina related abilities. While the magicka is charging, or you go in there with some heavy attacks. Either way. Later on down the line, you can actually switch your weapons on the fly. And it will change your bar down below as well. So over there, it's got something in black. That torch is actually a delve. Kind of like an open world dungeon, I guess. Other players can go into it as well, so you might go in and find, say, there's a boss. Every delve has a boss in something called a Skyshard. So you collect Skyshards to get a skill point. You need 3 Skyshards to get a skill point. And every delve will have a Skyshard and a boss. And the boss might give you some nice... you might get some gear from it. And there's quite a few delves around. Well worth doing. Usually there's a quest. I think that's what we got over here. There's a quest just outside. Sometimes they're outside, sometimes it's inside. I don't know.
Damn it. 38.
Pretty sure every delve has a quest somewhere. And you got some books over here. If you like to read them books and get more info, you certainly can do that. In fact, I think you will then get that put into your collection. Not stories, is a collection. I hardly ever go into here, so... Law library, here we go. So it's under J for journal. And you can find the books somewhere. Maybe? Shalador's library. Pretty sure you can find these books, so you can read them again. Hang on a second. Well, I'm not sure where it was. It says 0 here. Somebody had mentioned before that it was possible to do that, so maybe I need some help from the community, but yeah, you can read it later on. I believe. Otherwise, you can read it right there.
Ever had a splinter you just couldn't work free? I can attest they're much worse on the inside.
What happened to you?
Got into a tangle with a Spriggan in the Shadow Green. Think it wanted to take root in my guts. I'll live, provided I can get off this mountain before it explodes. Friendly word of warning, the mountain's going to explode.
What do you mean the mountain's going to explode?
I was hired to investigate the odd rumblings beneath the stone. The cause, it turns out, are Reachmen working some kind of magic, stoking the fires of this sleeping mountain. Don't suppose you'd take a cut to put a stop to it?
I'll help stop the Reachmen in the Shadow Green.
The Reachmen have some ritual pyres burning around the Shadow Green. Those seem to be the source of the magic that's stirring up the earth. Snuffing them out should disrupt their plans. Their plans being to turn this place into another Red Mountain.
We can't have that. Let's step inside the Shadow Green. Ah, see? There's another player right there. And another player right there. Okay. We're in the Shadow Green. So yes, Elder Scrolls Online, of course, on being online, is a multiplayer game. So you might find an area like this, you know, you might come across and not find any enemies because somebody just went through and took them all out. May not be as big an issue now that the expansion's been out for a while, but there'll still be a lot of players around. And sometimes it can be a blessing if you're in a bit of trouble. One thing that I think they may still need to work on is, I guess, the health or how tanky a boss enemy is when other players are around. I think some of these quests are so well crafted, they build up to an encounter with an enemy, and it's meant to be tough. But if you had 1,000 players around, well, not 1,000, but a few players around, sometimes it could just be one high-level player. They can come along and destroy that enemy within a second, you know, a couple seconds, and it kind of takes away from that quest that they've been building up. I think they need a better scaling system for that. It's either that or they just straight up instance that one particular boss. Trash are not too crazy. I don't really mind too much. But I think that's the one thing which I think I would criticize them on, and would hope that they somehow work out a way to get around that, because, yeah, the quest could be like, oh, there's this terrible person, he's done all these things. Oh, he's so bad, he's wiped out villages. And somebody comes along and sneezes on it and it pops. Alright, we're supposed to extinguish the ritual. So you can see on the map we've got these 4 circles. I should go this way, I believe. There's a pyre down below. But it is nice to see other players around because it gives you that idea of a living world. Even for people that like to play solo, I think it's nice to see other people running around. Die, Spriggan! Yeah, it's nice to have a few people running around. Alright. Here's the first one. Extinguish! Bucket of water. Don't ask where the bucket came from. Don't ask. Well, it was in my pants the whole time. Alright, we get back up top. So there's 4 over here. Did I go past one? There's one here, one here. I'm not sure where the other one is. Oh, it says it's below. Alright, let's come back then. Yeah, it helps to fill out the world with more folks running around. But yeah, like I said, that's my one gripe. If there's any, it would be that. I think either instance that last boss or just pump it up so it matches, so it could be a formidable fight for the amount of players that are in, and I guess matching their skill. That seems to me like something quite tough to get right, but I've seen other games do it, so some other games actually do it quite well. Despite the gear that they've got on, and it may make it a little bit easy, but really not. It's still a challenge. Skyshard. So here we go. Skyshards scattered across the lands of Tamriel. For every 3 Skyshards you collect, your character gains an extra skill point. Skyshard location can be found by deciphering the hints found in the Skyshard section of your journal's achievements section. Okay. So if we go to our achievements, and we went to, say, Greymoor, for example. Exploration. Skyshards. Striking locations. Striking locales. Where are the Skyshards? Skyshard Hunter, here we go. So, okay, so at the top of a waterfall in the Lightless Hollow, tucked in the Dwarven ruins south of Dark... Okay, so you can look through here and it'll give you some hints. On one of the highest precipices in the Shadow Green. And that's not just for this, for Greymoor, but for all the areas, I imagine. If you can't be bothered, I'm sure there's an add-on or something you can download, which will help you out. Flaming Man! Oh, there we go, level 4. Nice. Claim we get to choose an item. I'll choose some light homespun breeches. I'll put another one into Magicka. And we've got another skill point. Let's try something from Living Death. Render flesh. Sacrifice your own power to repair damaged flesh, healing you or an ally in front of you for 4,600, but applying major defy. Actually, you know what? I don't want that. Not yet. The Wall of Elements. Slam your staff down to create an elemental barrier in front of you. 419 damage to enemies in the target area. Wall of Fire deals additional damage to burning enemies. Wall of Frost deals less damage, but grants damage shields and immobilizes chilled enemies. Try that out. Ah, the Wall of Fire. Well, you are made of fire. I'll use it anyway, though. See my health dipping there. Probably wouldn't have been a bad idea to have a healing spell there. Alright, extinguish this. That's 2 of 4. So let's get those breaches on. Now, I can get a sip of health so I can restore my health. So if you press Q... So hang on, let me do this again. So you can click on it, press Q to get your quick slots up, and then I can just place it in one of those. And then when I press Q, you can see down the bottom, when I press Q, I'll use one of those health potions. Now I think Q is default. I don't think I've ever changed that. But you may be able to change it to whatever button you like through the various keybinds. Took a few hits. But seem to be a-okay. So there's another one down here somewhere. I think that's a little bit too far to drop. So I'll go down that way and then turn around. Oh, watch out! Black bear! Alright, he hit me with something. Still not enough damage for me to want to take that. If we get low. Block a bit of the damage. Clean Pelt Harvester. Now we're coming up to an area we're going to take a right. Come on, Black Bear. I gotcha. Iron Pauldron of Stamina. Go back over here. So it's a heavy item, but I might pop it on anyway. Sneak, it's sneak. Sneaky, sneaky. You didn't see me? Oh no, you saw me. Alright, go, go, go. Let's see how we go against 2 enemies. 2 black bears chasing me down. Probably best to just focus on one. I'll use my Q button to get some healing. Down they go. Frost Shock increased to rank 4. Interrupt. Heavy attack. On the ground. Down you go. Sorry, squirrel. But still, I got some guts from you, so that's good for fishing. There's somebody down there fighting. So what do you reckon so far, folks? Especially those that are new to Elder Scrolls Online. You think it's something you might check it out? Have a little look at it? Tried to give you a little bit of a blend. Ritual fire extinguish. Another one down. Looks like there's a final one down below. This is really just a taste of what's available in the game. There are dungeons, there's raids, there's battlegrounds, so you got that PvP action. There's an entire area over here called Citadel, where big battles take place. I myself have only taken part in that, it must have been twice, 2 or 3 times. Mostly being concerned with PvE. Oh no. Yaintha, the Bosco. Take that, boss! See what funky ability she's gonna have. Oh! Oh my goodness, she's spewing it out. Flaming ravens. Trying to interrupt. Got some flame trails going on. Throw those skulls. And down she goes. Beautiful. Got ourselves a helmet. No, it's not a helmet. It's a belt piece. I thought it was a helmet. There you go. There's the final pyre. Got a few achievements unlocked. Lots of achievements for those that are into that. Yeah, so if you want to see more of Elder Scrolls Online, like I said, I've got a whole playlist there. A lot of Elder Scrolls Online from the various chapters. Alright, let's extinguish this. Beautiful. Now we just got to get out of here. Let's see, is this the way out? I imagine it's probably the other way out. Is this the way out, my friend? No, that's the way out. Actually, I'm gonna go the other way. Because that might be... Sometimes you got quick ways to get to the entrance again. Or you might jump off a ledge that was inaccessible from the beginning. It'll take you right to the beginning. To the entrance. Yeah, so I've got plenty of other series here on the YouTube. Not just in Elder Scrolls Online, but in games like World of Warcraft. Playing through Cyberpunk 2077 at the moment as well. But quite a few MMORPGs that I like to sort of explore. It's part of the reason why I made this, started getting serious on this channel, is I actually wanted to explore a lot of the MMORPGs that I just never had a chance to. It was a lot of fun. And also some RPGs. Tried a little bit of The Witcher 3, but yeah, at the moment some Cyberpunk 2077, which I'm really enjoying. And here's that ledge, which was previously inaccessible, I guess. It's a little bit higher, but takes us close to the exit. But yeah, as I go along, I might actually revisit some of the older games that I played in the past. And just sort of see, it was fun to do this. See what it's like from the beginning again. I'll just have a chat to
Things
Rapheliarion.
seem to have stopped shaking, so I'm making better progress extracting the splinters from my gut. I take it the pyres have been put out?
I extinguished all the Reachman's ritual pyres. Oh, hang on, I'm an orc. I extinguished all the Reachman's ritual pyres.
Then my odds of getting off this rock without being incinerated are looking much better. My employer should be pleased as well. Here's your cut of my pay. I should subcontract more often.
Thank you very much. So if you get 2 of these items, Venomous Smite, say you can see it does 775 weapon critical. So depending on your, I guess, your build or how you want to play your character, some of these can come in quite useful, particularly if you get that 5th item out down there.
I should get back to the old wine.
Alright, but for now, I think that'll about do us. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more from me, hit the subscribe button and maybe check out some of the other videos I got there. I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/GameolioDan 5 times a week. So you might want to catch up with me there. But anyway, for now, I will say goodbye and see you in the next video.